I'm Belina Cueto from Planet Water Foundation, Mexico. Welcome to our teachers training video. In this video, we will show you how to train the school teachers on our water health hygiene education program. This is conducted in a train-the-trainer approach, meaning that we will do a training and demonstration of the program. Then, teachers will teach the program in the classrooms in the days and weeks following the Aqua Tower deployment. Please remember to have the teacher's training document available while watching this video. Before we begin, I would like to point out that we have to set up the classroom to help maximize and encourage participation and to help the assurance that everyone can see the materials and activities. You will notice that all barriers between us, the students and teachers, have been removed so that we are not standing behind a desk or a podium while teaching. Once you arrive to the school, you will like to set up the room for the teacher's training. First, check that there are desks or tables available for the training room, if possible. Display and set up the large vinyl posters in front of the students so they can see it. Remember to remove all barriers between you, students, and teachers to encourage participation. Have the 4 hygiene education kits in the front in a table, and they have to be visible. Remove all your materials from the demo kit. All the material must be organized in a sequential order from Module 1 to Module 3. And they have to be very accessible, so when you are training the teachers, you can have easy access to them. Copies of the overview card must be on the top of the desk. Remember, it's 1 copy per desk. Here are some helpful hints to follow while you are conducting the teacher's training. Move around and interact with teachers and students. Avoid standing or talking only to 1 or 2 students. Walk around while you are showing the materials and the activities. Engage and interact. These are so effective keys while you are teaching. Localize the education program if you can do it. Use humor. Remember, fun is the main point in this training. And please smile. Remember, smiling is contagious. So, are you ready? Let's get started. Hi teachers, my name is Belina Cueto from Planet Water Foundation, Mexico. I'm the educator, and today we're going to do our teachers training. First, we're going to start with a game so we can know each other, okay? I'm going to give you a ball, and each ball has a color. So the color that you get is the information that you're gonna share with us. You're going to say your name and the information that is here, okay? So let's start. For example, I got the orange ball, so I will share something cool about yesterday. So my name is Belina, and something cool that happened yesterday was that I could spend a lot of time with my kids, okay? Okay, let's start with Teacher Blanca.
Hello, my name is Blanca, and I'm going to share about my favorite movie. My favorite movie is a comedy movie, What Happens in Vegas. I really like that movie, it's really funny.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Stacy, and I'm going to share about my favorite food. My favorite food is sushi and tacos. I love tacos. They're delicious.
Good, thank you, teacher. continue, teachers. Now I'm going to show you what are we going to do today and who we are. Planet Water is a US-based non-profit organization that is focused on bringing clean water and hygiene education to schools, children, and communities across Asia and Latin America. Our mission is to provide access to safe water, improve sanitization, and hygiene education. Let's remember that clean water has a direct impact in all the individual's health. Also today, we are going to spend around 60 to 90 minutes implementing this program. I'm going to show you all the activities and materials that you are going to need to provide this program to your students the days after the deployment of the Aqua Tower. Okay, teachers, I have a few questions for you. The first one is, does your school currently teach any type of hygiene education?
Yes, on my school we have one. We have like a process to teach our students how to wash their hands correctly. So we have like kind of different steps about it, and it's good for the students, and we try to make it a little bit funny for them, so I think it's useful.
Excellent. Thank you, Teacher Moy. What about your students, Miss classes, do diarrhea?
Oh, yeah, the last week I had 4 or 5 absences in my class, and I'm very worried for my students.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, thank you, teachers. Well, teachers, I'm very glad that you already have some education program about health and hygiene. So now I'm going to present you some shocking facts about clean water. Could you please help me reading the first one, Teacher Marcos?
Clean water has a direct impact on health due to waterborne disease. Providing hygiene education around the importance of clean water and the spreading of germs will help.
Excellent, thank you. Teacher Blanca, can you help me reading number 2, please?
Sure. Water-related diseases are preventable, but are one of the biggest child health problems in the world. Diarrhea kills over 4,000 children each day. Okay, the last one, please.
88% of diarrhea is due to unsafe drinking water, poor sanitation, and poor hygiene.
Okay, let's remember that one part of all of this that is very, very important is to provide clean water, but also education. Here we are to educate our children about all these important facts so that they know how important it is to wash their hands, maintain themselves clean. Now I'm going to show you the water, health, and hygiene education kits. Your school is going to get 4, and you have to share it with your colleagues. So now we are going to read the overview card that shows us the program objectives, program highlights, helpful hints for teacher, and did you know facts. Also, it includes module 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to check later which one it's about. Okay, let's start. Okay, program objectives. To create change in beliefs, attitude, and knowledge of water health and hygiene. Someone can help me to read, please? Yes.
To enable students to transform newly acquired knowledge by becoming partners in promoting safe water health and hygiene practices within their families and communities.
Thank you, teacher. Another one, please?
Gain knowledge to the importance of clean water as it relates to the spreading of germs.
Okay, thank you. Now, program highlights. Child-friendly, activity-based to make learning fun for everyone. Another one, please.
Designing to work with currently hygiene program used in school.
Thanks. Another one, please.
Easy to modify for different age and classroom size.
Okay, thank you. Now, some helpful hints for teachers are the water drop's name that appears on materials in Aqua Tower is droplet. Another one, please.
Leave posters on display while teaching lessons and activities.
Okay. Students learn by doing, encourage participation. So this is our kits. Can we open them, please? So we can see what is inside. Module 1, Germs and how they spread. In this module, you will learn to identify and define germs. Learn how quickly and easily germs are spread and enter into our body to make us sick. Gain knowledge on how to prevent the spreading of germs. Also, we have 2 activities, the water filter and the germ tag. Remember that Module 1 will take the longest to train because it's the first one. Take your time and go through the module, activities, and the manual. We're going to start by Module number 1. Remember, teacher, all the materials that you need are going to be in the back label as Module 1. You will find everything that you need to teach this module, plus a lesson plan that is going to show you step by step how to conduct your class. Module number 1 has a name, Germs and How They Spread, and we have several objectives. Identify and define germs. Learn how quickly and easily germs are spread and enter the body to make you sick. Gain knowledge of how to prevent the spreading of germs. In the lesson plan, you are going to find background information that you can share with your students. For example, germs are tiny living things that cannot be seen with our eyes but can make us very sick. Each time we touch something, we can spread germs or pick up new germs. So this information is going to help you to start your class before you present the poster 1A. Now, also, you have helpful hints for teacher. One of those could be, students learn by doing, encourage participation. Engage and interact, keys to effective teaching. And also you have did you know facts that you can share with them after the presentation of the posters. For example, the number of germs on your fingertips doubles after using the toilet. So, what you're going to do is to present poster 1A, and you have here in the manual several questions that you can ask your students. For example, let's see here. What do you see here? Germs, right? Yeah. And what is a germ? What do you know is a germ? Okay, so a germ is a tiny little creature that is everywhere and can make you really, really sick. Even though your hands look clean because you take a shower or you wash them with soap, if you start touching superfaces or if you start touching your hair or you touch your clothes or you shake your hands with your friend, you can have more of these germs in yourself. So you have to be very, very careful and try not to be touching everywhere so you don't get these little tiny things because they look little, right? You cannot see them with your eyes, but they can make you really, really sick. Now, we are going to check the second poster. In the second poster, you will find questions that you can ask your students to encourage participation. For example, what is the best way to protect against germs? How are germs spreading through living things like people, animals, and plants? Where does the water you drink come from? So you can show the poster and ask those questions. So where are germs? Exactly, germs are everywhere. And we can find it in rivers, in plants, in animals, even ourselves. In this poster, this lady is collecting water from a polluted river because this guy is peeing on the river. So she took the water home and served it to his boy. The boy is going to drink it, and because the water is so dirty, he's going to be so sick later on. So that is why we need to be very careful from where we get water, the one that we drink. Once you finish explaining poster 1A and 1B, we're going to continue with the first activity of the module. The first activity of the module is water filter activity. This activity is going to help us a lot to teach our students why We can drink water from the aqua tower and not from the tap, rivers, or lakes. We are going to explain them that the water that we get from the aqua tower is already filtrated. That is why it's clean and safe water.
So these are the germs.
And then we're going to fill it here.
That's how we filter. And the germs stay there. Now the water is clean.
After you finish the activity, it's really important that you discuss the following questions with your students. What happened to the dirty water? Can you see real germs in water? And why is it important to drink clean water? This is for you to know if they gain more knowledge about good hygiene practice, clean and safe water. Now we are going to continue with the next activity that is called germ tag. Germ tag is an activity that is going to show your students how germs spread really quickly and why we have to be super careful about this situation. What you're going to do, you are going to display poster 1A in front of the class so everybody can see it. And you are going to ask your students to draw a germ. You can have any of these germs over here, or they can imagine their own and draw it in a piece of paper using crayons. Once they finish their draw, they are going to put it around their neck, and you are going to divide your class into groups. I usually do it girls and boys. So the first time, boys are the germs and the girls are just children. So boys need to infect the girls, so the girls are going to feel so sick they are going to stop playing and sit down on the floor. Then you can ask the girls to be the germs and the boys to be the children. So you can have both teams feeling the way of being a germ and being infected, being a child. That is how the exercise is going to be done. Okay, let's do it. It's very important that you remember some safety advices that I'm going to give you once your children are playing in a patio. Determine the boundary of the limited space where students can play in germ tag to avoid students running away or being in a dangerous area. Cut the yarn for the students and help them tie the yarn. Make sure that the yarn isn't tied or too tight around their neck. Be sure students are careful when playing games so they don't slip, fall, push, or feel bad about this. Once you finish your activity, students are going to be back on the classroom and you are going to ask these questions to them. How did it feel to be a germ? Does it feel good or bad? Was it fun or not? How did it feel not to be a germ? What did you notice about how germs spread? They spread really easily, right? Because with one touch of your hand, you get contagious of germs. Review with your students the definition of a germ, how germs spread, and the best way to protect against germs. This is how we end Module 1. Remember, all the materials need to go back to the back that is labeled with Module 1, and once you finish, you can share it with the next teacher. Remember something that is very important, teachers. All these modules have to be taught in a sequential way. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Module 2, how and when to wash your hands. In this module, we will learn how to demonstrate an understanding of how to wash our hands with soap. Identify and explain the importance of when to wash our hands. Understand how washing our hands with soap helps to prevent illness and the spreading of germs. In this module, we have 3 activities: glitter germs, power puffs, and the hand washing posters. Okay, we're going to continue with module 2. As I said before, all the materials that you need are going to be organized in the back labeled as module 2. You will find your lesson plan that has the same structure as the one in the module 1. You will find the name of the module, how and when to wash your hands, and the objectives. Learn and demonstrate an understanding of how to wash your hands with soap. Identify and explain the importance of when you should wash your hands. Understand how washing your hands with soap helps prevent illness and the spreading of germs. You will find also your background information. For example, you can share with your students the following things. Hand washing is the most simple and effective way of preventing illness and the spreading of germs. Soap contains tiny parts that grab onto the germs and the dirt that are stuck onto your hands. Also, you will have helpful hints for teachers. As we said before, leave posters on display during the lesson and activities. Walk around the room while showing the posters and other teaching aids so that all the students have an opportunity to see the materials. And you have some did you know facts that you can share with your students at the end of the lesson. For example, the average person touches 300 surface every 30 minutes, or washing hands with only water will not remove any germs. This one is what we consider the heart of our training, because we have the posters 2A, 2B, and 2C. And we have the how to wash our hands poster. This is very important because you will see this poster everywhere. You will have it in the aqua tower as a reminder for the children, the 10 steps of how they have to wash their hands. You will leave it pasted in your room so they can be aware of the importance of washing their hands with soap. So we are going to start by teaching them the 10 steps of the hand washing. Okay, teachers, this is one of the most important parts of our teachers training. We're going to consider poster 2A and how to wash our hands. We have 10 steps. How many steps do we have? 10. Very good. I'm going to read number 1. Get your hands wet. So we're going to get some water in our hands, everybody. Okay. Then number 2.
Use soap.
Okay, put some soap there. Okay, good. Number 3.
Rub palms together and count to 20.
Okay, let's count. If you don't want to count, what you can do is to sing the happy birthday song. Okay, so let's sing. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Then number 4.
Rub the back of the both hands.
Okay. What about number 5?
Interlace fingers and rub palms together.
Okay. Number 6.
Interlace fingers and rub back fingers of both hands.
Okay, very good. 7. Rotate thumbs and the palm for both hands. Okay. Number 8.
Rub fingertips and palms for both hands.
Okay, let's do it. Number 9.
Rinse.
Okay. And number 10. Oh, shake it, teachers. Okay, very good, excellent. We're going to do this amazing activity that we call glitter germs. This is a lot of fun, and you will have a lot of fun with your students as well. What you're going to need is, you will need Vaseline and glitter. You are going to separate your class again into groups. As I said before, for me, it's easier to do it boys and girls. So you separate the class into groups, take it outside, and the girls, for example, you are going to help them to put some Vaseline on the palms of their hands. And then you are going to add glitter. So once the girls are ready with their hands full of glitter, they have to go and handshake their friends. So you can tell them that they have to say hello or handshake to all the team so they can get contagious of the germs that they already have. If they ask you why the glitter, you can tell them that, as we said before, germs are tiny little things that we cannot see. So we made some magic and we made it with the glitters to shine. That's how we are going to start this activity. So let's go, let's do it. Remember that we have to care about our children's safety all the time. These are some helpful things that are going to help you with these safety measures. First, if using materials other than Vaseline, be sure to use materials that are safe and not harmful, with chemicals or mud, etc. Remind students that the glitter is a symbol of a germ and it's not to be consumed or eaten. We have to be very careful with this part because they look so cool. So maybe they feel like they're gonna eat them. Be sure that students wash their hands with soap after the activity to remove all the glitter from their hands. So once you follow these steps, you are going to be safe to continue with your activity. After the glitter and germ activity, once your students have their hands clean, you can discuss the following with them. Number one, review with the students that the glitter was acting the same way as germ. When your hands, there are many of them, they spread easily and they are hard to get off. Have students check to see if they have touched their mouth, nose, or eyes during the activity, so they can see that the glitter is all over these areas. Germs travel the same way and can easily enter the body if you touch your face with your dirty hands, which can make you really, really sick. So review the 10 steps of the hand washing so they remember that the only way that we have to stop spreading germs or get sick is by washing our hands following the 10 steps. So the first thing that we are going to do, I'm going to show you posture 2V. In here, I will show you when you have to wash your hands. I already told you how with the 10 steps. Now we will see when. We have 5 important moments, but it doesn't mean that it's the only moments that we are going to do it. So the first one is after using the toilet. Then if we touch rubbish. Then if we go outside and play with our friends, we need to come back and wash our hands. If we sneeze, this is really important, and also after and before we have lunch. These moments are some that I will tell you, but you can ask your students some other moments. For example, if I have a pet, a dog, a cat, a rabbit, if I go and play with my pet, I need to come back and wash my hands because we have to remember that germs are everywhere and animals are not an exception. If we have a baby, then before we touch our baby, we need to wash our hands properly so we don't infect our baby with illnesses. You can ask your students more moments so they can be engaged in these important moments about washing our hands. As I said before, teachers, this is a really, really fun module. We have several activities that is going to be a lot of fun for your students. This activity that we are going to continue with, it's named Powder Puffs. And it teaches us how easily it's germs to spread everywhere by air. You have to make 2 groups again. And then you are going to pass across them and put some powder on their hands. Baby powder, it's a good way of doing it. So once you do that, they have to sneeze as we do it, but without the protection. So when they sneeze, achoo, all the powder is going to fly away and they can contagious more people. This is the activity that we are going to do now. How was the activity? It was super fun, right? Well, after you finish the activity, you need to ask these 2 questions to your students. What are some daily activities that you need your hands for, like getting dressed, putting your shoes, writing, eating, playing, etc.? Why would you not want your hands dirty for these things? So you can ask them these questions and then tell them that if their hands are dirty, they can spread germs everywhere and someone can be sick. Now remember, we have to be very careful with our children because safety is our main priority. Check the expiration date of the powder being used. So we have to be very careful. Ensure there is a safe distance between the students participating in the activity to avoid anyone accidentally inhalate the powder. So once we check these tips, you can go outside and have fun with your friends and students. This is our step number 5 in module number 2, our hand washing posters activity. This activity has the purpose to create an awareness and teach others the importance of how and when to wash our hands with soap. In this activity, you have to have your poster to A and to B visible so your children can see it. Next, you have to put your students in small groups, between 3 or 4 children, so they can start creating their own posters. This is an example that I have here, how they can do their own poster, speaking about good hygiene practices, how to wash our hands with soap and clean water. Try to make them be creative and not only to copy the posters that you are showing. Once the students finish doing the posters, make some of them to pass to the front and explain the poster, what it is about, what are good hygiene practices, why it's important to wash our hands with soap, and then you can paste all these posters around the classroom or the school so everybody can see it. The summary of Module 2 will be in this poster, 2C. In poster 2C, we are going to display the hand washing chart. So in here we have the 5 important moments that we taught them they need to wash their hands. And in here, we are going to write our students' names. So every time they remember that they went to the toilet and washed their hands, they are going to draw a happy face in here. If they don't remember, once they left the toilet to wash their hands, they have to draw a no happy face in here, a sad face. So after a few weeks, you will notice that most of the faces in the chart are happy because they already remember the important moments that they have to wash their hands properly with soap. So this is how our students are going to learn good hygiene habits. Some additional activities that can be very useful could be a hand washing song. According to your country or to your culture, you can find a few songs that you can teach your students about hand washing. And also, you can tell stories about the importance of hand washing. You can make your own, or if you know from the general culture of your country which stories talk about this, you can tell this to your students or help them to make up their own. Module 3. Healthy hygiene habits. In this module, we will develop an understanding of the importance of keeping our body clean. Learn how keeping the body clean helps us to prevent the spreading of germs. Demonstrate an understanding of how to keep the body clean and practice healthy hygiene habits. In this module, we have 2 activities: healthy hygiene habits through the poster and the puppet show. And remember, have fun. Okay, teachers, this is our last module, Module 3. I'm going to show you the objectives that is in the lesson plan. Objectives: develop an understanding of the importance of keeping the body clean. Learn how keeping the body clean helps prevent the spreading of germs. Demonstrate an understanding of how to keep the body clean and practice healthy hygiene habits. Now, as the rest of the modules, we have some background information that we can read to our students. Teacher, can you help me reading number 1, please?
Yes. Yes, taking a bath with soap removes dirt and germs from the body to keep skin clean and healthy.
Okay, thank you. Another one, please.
Sweat contains weights that are left on our skin after the sweat evaporates. This can cause unpleasant smells and skin infections.
Okay, we also have hints for teachers that is going to help us to teach our students. For example, students learn by doing, encourage participation. And also we have some interesting facts that we can read to them. For example, washing your hair and your body with soap helps prevent the transmission of diseases such as lice. Now we are going to present them Poster 3A, where we are going to explain them why it's important to maintain ourselves clean and how we can do that. So, those are some questions that you can discuss with your students. For example, first, you can explain why taking care of our body is needed and it's important. And how we can do it? Well, we can ask them for several examples. So now, teacher, can you help me telling me why it's important to take care of ourselves, please?
It keeps you healthy. That is a good reason.
Okay, very good. And how can we do that?
You can take showers and wash your hands regularly.
Okay, very good. Another why, teacher Moy? Why?
Because it's to have like a healthy life.
Okay, very good. And how we can have a healthy life?
Eat vegetables and fruits.
Okay, very good, by eating healthy. Excellent. Now we're going to continue with activity number 2. This activity is named Healthy Hygiene Activity. The purpose is to demonstrate understanding of ways to keep the body clean. In this activity, you are going to show your students 10 different cards with Droplet doing 10 different actions. These actions could be good hygiene habits or bad hygiene habits. If Droplet is doing a good hygiene habit, students must clap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. But if Droplet is doing something wrong, a bad hygiene habit, you have to wave your hands 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we are going to do the activity. Could you please stand up? Good, very good. Okay, very good. Now remember, if Droplet is doing a good hygiene habit, like here, he's taking a shower with soap and clean water. So what are we going to do? Very good. Here, Droplet is eating a banana. So what are we going to do? Excellent. What about here? Droplet is sneezing without covering. Is this a good hygiene action? Very good. Good job. Now, over here, Droplet is washing his hair with lots of shampoo. Is this correct? Very good, guys. Excellent. Here, Droplet is washing his hands without soap. Is this correct? Very good. Good job, guys. Here, Droplet is brushing his teeth. Is this okay? To brush the teeth? Very good. Now, over here, Droplet is taking bread but with dirty hands. Is this okay? Excellent. Very good. Can you show us your card, please?
Yes.
What is Droplet doing there?
Washing the hands with soap.
Okay, is that correct or incorrect?
It's correct. It's
Okay.
a good practice.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. Now, Moy, what is Droplet doing there?
He's taking food with a hand full of germs and dirty.
Okay, is that correct?
No, of course no, it's bad practice.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Our third activity in module number 3, it's the puppet show. You are going to show your students the puppets that are inside the back of module 3. So you have Droplet, the soap, and the germ. In this activity, you are going to separate your students in groups, very small, so they can practice a play about germ spreading, how to wash your hands, when to wash your hands, and healthy hygiene habits. So right now, I'm going to show you an example of how you can do it. Hi, my name is Droplet, and this is my friend, the soap. The soap is my best friend because together we can help you to prevent spreading the germs, and also we help you to maintain yourself clean and healthy. We are together the best team ever, and we fight against the bad germs. Germs are really bad because they make you sick and make you feel really, really bad sometimes because of fever or because of stomach aches or headaches. That is why Super Droplet fight against the germs to finish them. Now, I'm going to show you with my friend the importance of washing your hands with lots of soap and clean water. Remember that you have to follow the 10 steps you already know. So together we can go against germs, prevent how they spread, and have good hygiene habits. Thank you. Okay, teachers, our last activity is going to be a puppet show. You have there some puppets with Droplet, a germ, and a soap. So what you can do is take your class and explain them again how the germs spread and how we can fight against them using soap. So you can make, you can work with them also in your art class. So you can make these kind of puppets that are more colorful, and they can have a show using them. For example, we can say how germs spread and how Droplet can help us against spreading the germs. So we can use these puppets to teach all those things to our students. And also we can practice again the hand washing with soap and remind them that if you have a good wash hand is with soap, lots of soap, okay? So that's how we can use these puppets with our students. So let's practice, teachers, okay? Let's use them. Okay, I'm a bad germ and I'm going to be here attacking Moy. Okay, Moy, I'm going to get you all contaminated, okay, with germs. What are you going to use to stop the contamination?
The soap.
Okay, very good. So the soap is going to kill this germ and the germ is going to go. So now we have only Droplet and the soap. No more germs anymore, okay? It's very important that once you finish teaching the 3 modules, you remember the teachers these important points. Number 1, remember them that they have to teach the education program in order. So you have to do it module 1, 2, and 3. Also, tell them that it's important that they finish teaching the education program after 45 or 30 days after the deployment, because they are going to have a sustainability visit. In this sustainability visit, the person who do it is going to ask them if they thought or not the education program. If they say no, they have to tell us why and when all this is going to be implemented. Also, please leave the education kit to the headmaster of the school so he can have it and give it to the teachers once they are ready to start teaching. Teachers, please remember that it's very important that you teach this program in order, Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3, in a sequential order. Also, it's very important that you do it in the first month or in the 40 days after we do the AT deployment. Do you want me to go over any of the modules again?
No, it's okay.
Okay, very good, excellent. Now, it's very important that you know that after the deployment, you are going to have a sustainability visit. This visit is someone is going to come to your school again to take care of the aqua tower. So once this person comes to your school, he or she is going to ask you about the education program. He's going to ask you questions if you already implemented in your classroom and if you have any problems with it. If you did implement it, as we mentioned, in the first month after the deployment, everything is okay. But if you didn't implement the training, you please need to tell us why and when you are going to start doing the education activities. Now I'm gonna ask you some questions for a feedback in our program. The first question is, how comfortable do you feel putting this program in your classroom?
I feel very comfortable. I think the kids are going to enjoy every part of the education program.
Thank you, teacher. What do you think kids are going to enjoy this and why?
Yeah, I think the activities are very concise in teaching what are the good habits to have a good hygiene, and they are very fun to practice. So I think that is going to help the kids to memorize it more easily.
Okay, very good. What about the hygiene habits? Do you think this training is going to improve their healthy hygiene habits?
Yes, I'm sure all that they are going to learn here
Okay.
is going to stick with them for the rest of their lives.
Oh.
Because they are going to associate the memory with something fun. So it's going to be very enjoyable for them.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any extra comments or opinion about our training?
I really enjoyed the training.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for coming today. I hope you enjoy this training and that you really can do it in your classroom so your children can get better hygiene habits in the future. Thank you. Teachers, here you have my information. In case that you have any questions about the program, if you want to review something or if you have any additional comments about this, please contact me. There you have my email address and my phone number. Also, we are going to welcome the teacher to give him the 4 water and health hygiene education kits. These kits are for you, for your school, so you can implement the program in your classrooms.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Please take in consideration this important information. If you have volunteer projects, the student activities will be done after lunch, once the aqua tower is built, so that all volunteers can either participate or watch. If you have no volunteer projects, you can do the activities immediately after the teacher's training or schedule as you decide. As a reminder, the education activities with the students must be pre-planned with the school and reconfirmed at least 1 week in advance of the project to ensure the success, just like the teacher's training. More details provided in the education with the students training documents and videos. Thank you for watching our teacher's training video. I hope you enjoy it.